Hi everyone. What I wanted to do today is go over some basic tools that I think everyone should know. The current generation of kids may or may not know what some of these terms are when we say, hey, go out to the toolbox and grab a flathead screwdriver or a Phillips head or a pair of vice grips. And that's not their fault. Most of the time it's uh, the parents haven't taken the time to show them. And kids today, I mean, just like it was when I was a child, you didn't have a lot of interest in certain things. Your attention span wasn't very long, whatever the case may be. But anyway, I came across an example last weekend. My 16-year-old came in and said, hey, my girlfriend's got a flat tire down the road, and they need the wrench turny thing to take the tire off. And I'm like, wrench turny thing to take the tire off. Okay, so I'm assuming he needed something to remove the lug nuts with, either a socket and ratchet or the, I can't even think of the terminology for the stuff that comes with the car, but hers was broken. So anyway, it got me thinking. So I realized that, my kids don't know this stuff, and it's not their fault they don't know it. It's my fault. So I wanted to put together a little video of what some basic tools are, and this I may continue doing this with other things too, but today we're just going to cover some basic things that I can put on YouTube and have a record of it, and they need to go out and look this stuff up at some point in time, they can. So here we go. First I'm going to cover basic screwdrivers. These are flathead screwdrivers right here. I got a variety of sizes out, and I actually put some examples of flathead screws that they would possibly use to use them with. As you see, most of the time you're not going to get too many flathead screws. I actually had a very hard time finding flathead screws because they strip so easy. You'll have more of a case where you're going to run into a Phillips head screwdriver requirement or need. And here's an example. Phillips head. You just have to find the right size, put it down in there. So you can see the screw head has 4 sides, and that just simply keeps it from stripping out as easy as, let's say, a flathead on a flathead screw is. As you're really wrenching down on these things, you can strip them. You can see they don't fit in there perfectly tight, or as well as a Phillips head would. Okay, and there's some different examples of Phillips head screws, and they have obviously different, you can see there's different size screwdrivers that you will try to need to fit. I think these come in, well, I saw something that said 4 sizes, but there are a lot more than that. Some of them have rubber handles, some of them have that polyurethane, hard plastic handles. The plastic ones are advertised more for electricians, maybe, so they don't they lessen their chance of being shocked or electrocuted at some point in time, I guess. That I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm assuming that's why they do it. All right. Some other different options that are very popular nowadays, especially with furniture or kits or whatever you're getting that you had to put together. You'll see torque heads or star bits. I put star head, but it's also considered a torque head, I think. This screwdriver right here is one that would fit down in here, and it's actually a ratcheting screwdriver, so I can, as it gets tighter, I can go left or right, and it's just like makes it easier to turn it once it starts tightening. It's not ratcheting right now, but that's you get the idea, I hope. That's what that is. You can remove these bits and can add in. That's the reason I have this one out here. This screwdriver set right here has a lot of different bits that have came with it. Flathead, and had to splice this together, but it comes with different bits. You can see you got flathead, Phillips, you got some torque bits in there, and you just simply take it out, drop it off. As you can see, there's a place for like a socket, and you take out whatever bit you need and put in there. Those are always handy to have in your vehicle or around the house. This one right here is this particular one is a self-tapping screw. That's what they call it. But you can use an actual socket, and I'll cover those later on in a separate video. But basically, this is an 8mm. You put it on there. You could use your ratchet. So like I said, we'll cover that later, and ratchet it in. Okay. Here are some other small screwdrivers that are handy to have. There's a variety there. They're kind of hard to see, but flathead, Phillips. Those are just nice to have. Pliers. That seems to be a big question. Whenever I say, hey, go get me a pair of vice grips, they look at me like I've got a hole in my head. Well, right here is a pair of vice grips. Right here. Okay, how they work is, that's the release. You would put the vice grip down. We'll use this screw, and then until it snaps into place. And if it doesn't immediately snap in, you loosen or widen the jaws. Put the jaw back on it, and you squeeze until it snaps in. Still a little bit too big or too small. A little bit more. And these are really handy so you don't strip anything. Make them a bit wider. Put it on there. No, I got it too wide. But anyway, I guess that's for another video. But put it on there, and you lock it in place. And then as you turn, these grip bite. The vice grips would bite down onto the screw head and keep it from stripping. Okay, that's vice grips. There's channel locks. They're another form of pliers. They have a better grip than your regular pliers, which is right here. Okay, so you got channel lock pliers. Needle nose pliers for those little tight spots. There's a pair of wire snips. These come in a variety of sizes also, and different ends on them. And then here's the crescent wrench. Sometimes you would refer to it as a monkey wrench or an adjustable wrench, but that's what that is. Different types of hammers. We have a claw hammer. It's mostly wood construction, pulling nails, hammering nails. This particular one is a ball peen hammer. It's used with a lot of metal working. And these are rubber mallets. Could be for any, if you need to make sure you're not bending a bolt if you're hammering it through a tight spot. These rubber mallets are made to have less of an impact on a bolt that you're trying to hammer through without bending it. You can also use them. I think this one actually I purchased, put in flooring with. Needed a rubber mallet. Here's a little heavier one. This is a 5-pound sledgehammer, and that's for heavy jobs when you really need to get it done. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. There's some basic tools, stuff that you may need, and hope you enjoyed the video.